My name is Daryl,
My name is Robert.
and we've seen Man of Steel. Slower than a steaming turd, less powerful than a local politician, able to leap tall conclusions in a single bound. It's bird shit. It's a plane crash. It's superfluous. Chris Nolan and David Goyer managed to revolutionize the comic book film as we knew it and deliver a substantial, earthbound Batman banger with The Dark Knight. And with the Man of Steel, they managed to make the least relatable of the underwear-clad outlaw vigilantes much more hateable by giving the keys to the franchise, historically corny in its legacy, to Zack Snyder, a guy best known for depicting a zombie birth. And that's how I would describe Man of Steel, a zombie birth.
Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder, in the gloomy, depth-ridden world of the DCU, follows a character we get no information about. Clark Kent, a roaming fisherman cursed with flashbacks of his past, immediately accepts that he is an alien with superpowers. Lois Lane, a journalist bent on finding the truth, risked her career for an alien story. Do you like action with no explanation? A protag with no lines? The building of a world and characters you don't get to explore? Man of Steel.
That was much better than the movie. What you just wrote, the words you put together there, was better than the movie.
I told you this. I really enjoyed the beginning of the film, like the beginning where they like send Clark off to Earth.
Yeah. No, and it's tough to start so negatively, but this is another example of we watched the movie that we, for whatever reason, remember being kinder to in the past.
Yeah.
And we found ourselves literally just by the moment being like, yo, what is this shit?
It really, for me, the movie grabs you. It pulls you in. A world's ending. You're following these like captivating characters, and then it just like completely drops the ball on you, and it gives you characters you don't care about, a story that's not really that put together. That the people they made this movie for are people who are like fans of Superman or fan of comics that could fill in the holes.
That's a good point. On one end of it, you would think it's offensive to the comic fan base. I would consider myself a part of the comic fan base. On one end, you could consider it offensive to that legacy, but on the other, you're absolutely right. You start to put your own kind of like details in there. You help them out.
Yeah, for me, they definitely had in mind, the audience will know.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
They'll
they'll get it, they'll know. Like that's...
Good old Zack Snyder. An alien child is evacuated from his dying world and sent to Earth to live among humans. His peace is threatened when other survivors of his home planet invade Earth. Yeah. It's easy. It's easy. Look, we got a lot of shit to give this movie, but there's also the fact that you have this legendary superhero. When you think of a kid and thinking about having superpowers, whether you like it or not, Superman always, is one of those guys, right? Mm-hmm. So we thought it'd be fun because we were talking so much shit about the movie. Like, if we, not what powers you would have, if you had Superman's power set, what kind of person would you be? What kind of shit would you be getting up to? Would you be righteous? Would you be, a civil servant,
I don't know how you can be righteous with the amount of powers that this man has.
Yeah.
Super strength, super speed. He could see through whatever. Ice breath, laser vision.
Cold breath. He got that cold breath.
He puts on glasses. You can't tell who he is. This guy has a lot of powers.
He's got powers, yeah.
All right. I feel like if I were Superman, I wouldn't want anybody to know I was Superman.
Okay, so you would work harder on the disguise. I agree. I would 100% work harder on the disguise. That is bananas that he gets away with.
At least a mask, right?
A mask is a little crazy. I would want to go disguise, the classic, disguise for the superhero. Even though it hurts, that's the thing with Batman. It's like, Batman is in his core, Bruce Wayne is that person, that dark, brooding, demonic bat dude, right?
He's having a hard time.
Right, so it's actually harder for him, to be a playboy and socialize and be a human being, because he just wants to be out on the streets beating up people who...
Yeah, Bruce Wayne is the real costume, right?
Right. So for Superman, no, but still, I would still go that traditional route. I would still disguise myself in my pot when I'm doing my power shit, so to speak. And I'll just... Look, it would be fun to be ridiculous with the powers, but I definitely would be helping people, I'll still help the lady with the card.
But it would be like, I'm not saying like I'm gonna go rob banks or whatever, but it would be like simple, petty things, but with the occasional helping,
with the occasional good deed.
Yeah, with the occasional good deed. The old lady about to get hit by a car.
No, that's
she's
fair.
Getting saved.
That's fair. No,
the piano
you're totally
gonna
right.
fall on somebody.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna happen.
No, that's really funny. You know, you gotta let the piano fall.
It'll fall, but not on somebody.
You very last minute just kind of snap like. If we're actually Superman in these scenarios, we would also have the benefit, the movie didn't do this, of being Superboy. So we actually grow up in Kansas and develop our powers and figure all that kind of shit out.
Yes.
Do the mischievous stuff, all the pranks, you know. So we would probably be doing that.
Yeah, but he became Superman at 33.
Unreal, dude. It's so crazy. You know, and we have so much to say about that, but just put that into perspective, people. This guy found out he was an alien when he was 33 years old.
They rushed through too much. They tried to be an origin, but try to rush through the origin, but like you need to either be an origin story or not.
Right.
Like you can't just try to like go down the middle of the road, because then it just kind of there's parts that you need to rush that you really, really need, that are core to like building up the character. And that was my one beef with this whole movie. Like that's one of the superpowers I wish this movie had, that they gave him some type of development.
Yeah, you got more beefs, I'm sure. Pause on that one, right?
But I feel like my suit for this film.
Oh yeah.
Specifically for this film, I feel like my suit would have been the suit that they were wearing.
Yeah.
For this film, or like a Gears of War look.
He has like a slick, like a sort of like a swim, like almost like a swim bodysuit.
He has a swimsuit, right? Like you could think of it like nanobot, like technology, skin tight, that type of like.
They make it seem
on.
like that because Krypton. They introduced it with Krypton, and Krypton is super advanced. They're very like Star Wars, Dune style, like heavy technology stuff. So it's kind of cool.
But they're wearing like battle armor. Like the Kryptons are wearing like cool battle armor. Very not Gears of War, but like Warhammer kind of like that. That was so cool.
The appeal of Superman to me is that I can dress exactly how I dress right now. I can be the exact person I am, for better and worse. But still save somebody. Still. Oh, and by the way,
I really like that.
Yeah, and the thing I do want to say is he has a lot of powers that are under sort of like utilized. Like the cold breath is so funny. If you ever think this movie gets kind of serious, and then you remember this man has ice breath. That's funny.
How many girls do you think this man killed?
He hit him with that cold cunnilingus.
Just froze their whole.
Yeah, on a makeout, just on a makeout
by an accident,
and then open his eyes and just
like the first time he definitely discovered that power. The first time he was making out, right?
I gotta be honest with you, as I'm developing this in my mind, I would make it seem like I'm doing magic. Because the only other way to describe these powers is I'm an alien, right?
I killed this girl. It was a magic trick.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I would use my powers in the context of magic. Like I would present it as if I were performing magic.
No. But
like Jesus.
You just said something about like just being as
ordinary
you are as Superman, and that just reminded me of just like Superman as like a Tony Stark-esque character. Yeah, where he's just like dressed up in his journalist.
There's no alter ego. Everybody knows.
No, he's just who he is.
They don't go the reporter thing yet. That's like the next one.
And they also don't imply that he's trying to like like he's
even interested.
Yeah, he shaves
in writing,
but that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, right, that he shaves. Yeah,
he just shaves, but that's not really a disguise. I guess you can say because he was wearing a beard, but it's not that.
No, there's something about being exactly how I am aesthetically, right? Just rocking the same gear, being the same dude, you know, but having those powers.
No, it's a cool aesthetic.
Yeah,
it's very, very cool. Just him floating, just in a suit. Just that's fire.
And let's be honest,
with glasses.
Better angels, yes. I'm like a monk in the Himalayas. I'm bald, robe, sitting in the mountains, and then going to help people between 3 and I don't know 7.
Just naked, just like something. Dr. Manhattan.
Full naked, you got to deal with it. Hey, do you want to survive this burning building situation? Hey, I have ice breath. I'm allowed to be naked. I have ice breath.
I have 4 suits for my job. I'm not gonna burn them.
We're gonna talk about the suit at length, so I'm like, but only to say, yeah. If I'm in that situation,
I really like that.
I'm rocking the basketball shorts.
I just like the no alter ego.
Tats, forget about it.
What's the point?
Can he get tats? Is the problem.
Cannot get tats.
He can't get tats.
There's no way he.
I just do henna every day. I'm Bay Rich. You get some henna every day.
Yeah, dude. A Superman that's into henna
You just see it peeking out. I'll tell you what I wouldn't do if I was Superman. I wouldn't get up from the floor like this and then look up. Oh, how would you fly if you were Superman? This seems like a benign question, but think about it.
Straight up.
I had a feeling you would say that. For some reason, I had a feeling you would fly like this.
100%.
That's hard.
Just.
Yeah, your arms are just limp and just flapping behind you.
Kind of Naruto run, but not really. It's just like the air.
But your legs are doing that too. Your legs are dangling weird because you just let them rock.
Just in a drop kick the whole time.
Yes. Yeah, that's really funny. Flying like that is really funny.
No, but so honestly, funny. Straight.
No, that's hard. That's hard. Because the shit is wind getting into your eyes.
My toes will be pointed, for sure.
That's hard, man.
Yes.
But you're gonna kill more birds that way. Just so you know. By the way, he's fast as hell.
Just slapping birds.
I would be doing a lot of procrastinating.
What do you mean?
I would be like, oh, I have to pay this bill like right now, or I have to turn this in right now, and wait to the last minute and do it so fast, so crazy fast.
Yeah, but
just produce the thing.
I don't think you would ever procrastinate because time is just so slow. But
I would procrastinate. But I understand what you mean. I would procrastinate.
By the time you would know, you'd be like, okay, I got this.
That's what I mean. And then it's like the minute before, and then I knock out all the chores or whatever the fuck it is, and then boom.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd be a lot further along.
What about you? How you flying?
The classic. I like the DBZ way. We'll bring up DBZ way. I like the classic. They don't do this. They do like kind of like this.
Oh yeah, they do just
like they're swimming. You would do it like you were swimming, I think.
That'll be. The thing is,
because you just travel like Neo. Neo flies that way. I don't know why he flies, but he flies.
Yeah, it's all about the physics, right? They're kind of just like propelling.
Yeah, it's more aerodynamic to just be like a missile, you know.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't look straight forward. Right. I would look down probably. That's the one thing. You know how swimmers can't see where they're going? They just hit their head on the pool sometimes. I would just risk that because I'm Superman. I would just fly into shit with my head. With my head.
I'm here.
I'm here. Just headbutt the shit out of somebody.
Nah, that's so funny.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll be back in a little bit. We've seen footage. Maybe you have too. We back.
All right.
We're back up in this MF.
So something that we wanted to do, because I feel like, at least in my direction, I've been trashing a lot of these movies we've been recording. I feel like I've been going, I don't know.
Crashing.
Crashing, like, so we decided, let's bring the positive in the front.
Yeah. The biggest reason, and you'll see I'll mention this all the time, that I don't love rating the movies is because you're going to love stuff, you're going to hate stuff, and thank goodness it came out at all for you to be able to do that, right?
My favorite thing about the movie is the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning of the film is that they introduce Krypton. And Krypton is going literally through a rebellion. There's protests going on.
It looks dope.
It looks fantastic. The world that they created is dope.
It looks dope.
It's following Jor-El and
long day.
The canon event where the whole world is about to blow up. That's all happening.
The stuff we all know, which we'll get to about that.
Which is another that was too much in the forefront. But anyway, that whole sequence, the whole beginning sequence of them fighting Zod getting caught, him and his crew being imprisoned, them sending Clark off to the planet. Jor-El and Zod fighting. That whole thing was fire.
Yeah.
It was. I thought it was cool. It was a good way to set up the movie.
I said, I was thinking exactly the same thing. I was like, it's giving a lot of Dune, in a positive way. Star Wars, like using those things in a sick way where you're like, oh, they're actually going a little further than most movies have, where they're building Krypton to be this super cool technology. It's supposed to be. This guy's a fantastic being, right? Like his planet should be such
grand.
Yeah. Russell Crowe setting it off. He incites a lot of urgency, right? He's like Gladiator. You're just like, oh, this shit is lit. He's swimming.
Has a lot of presence, has a lot of power.
By the way, quick note, I would love like a secret office where you have to swim to get there. Like you have to swim and then come up to the...
You gotta really love that job.
I cannot swim, but I would make it happen.
Risk it. Well, yeah, he was like the number one scientist, or however their political scheme works, and they didn't listen to him because they were greedy, and then the whole world exploded. And they were like, you were right. They did that whole thing. Yeah. I was thinking as far as the aesthetics too, or like I don't know if you know H.R. Geiger, the guy who designed the alien xenomorph,
And he was an artist who did a lot of kind of cool art like that, like very kind of industrial looking.
And he designed this?
No, I was saying I was getting a lot of that feeling
That vibe.
in this, yeah.
Which
is the kind of shit is
very
cool.
alien.
Yeah.
I like that they made the Kryptons alien. Like
Yeah.
they're the world, their attire.
Like they would be in a sci-fi movie as opposed to a superhero movie, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's
Right?
kind of the I think that's kind of where they were going with DC in whole, where like they wanted like a serious, more vibe. And usually alien movies are like Alien the franchise is usually a serious film,
Right?
Especially the first one.
Yeah. That's the deal, actually, by the way, and I just want to point that out as a positive, that this was supposed to be like a post-Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan and David Goyer, who are a part of the production of this movie, and the script and the story.
And they have wrote or helped write that film.
Even for what we don't like about the movie, that's still a positive that they're attached. Because whatever is good about the movie, we kind of got to attribute to, in part, to them,
I'm just realizing that this film probably suffered from too many cooks.
Yeah. As tends to be the case with a lot of these damn superhero movies, Superman 2 had one of those situations like Justice League. The Richard Dahmer movie, I'm almost positive that's his name, that he wanted to make. He was fired for making, and then obviously they stepped in with another director. That's the Superman 2 that we've all seen or not seen, right? He put out a director's cut. That was like an early example of what Zack Snyder did, which, I don't know if y'all know, he put the Justice League movie... Well, he started working on the Justice League. His daughter passed away.
Oh,
yeah. And then Joss Whedon came in, and most people say he butchered the movie. I didn't see that shit, so I can't tell you. I did see the Snyder cut.
Yeah, I only saw the Snyder cut.
It was decent. I mean, but you already know the context, so you're like watching it almost like a documentary or something. Like a different thing.
Yeah, you're not watching it because you wanted to see the movie. You're watching it because of like the whole context behind it.
Some couple positive things before I forget.
Yeah.
DBZ.
What about
DBZ? I mentioned this last week, and I also saw that you didn't catch what I was saying.
Like just the connection of Superman and like.
Well, definitely Superman's mythos is Goku is influenced by.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It seems that way.
I just felt like saying that because we're big DBZ dudes.
The Saiyans and the Kryptons are like.
Yeah, and him crash landing and
their world exploding,
being insanely powerful. Yeah.
No.
So
dumb.
Yeah. But I thought of that because I'm like, this movie's so bad that I'd rather be watching Dragon Ball Z right now.
Yeah.
They did the Han Solo thing, speaking of Star Wars. Yeah, Zod and his homies, they rebelled. I probably would have been among those, if I'm being completely honest with you. Just being dumb and angry.
Well, the thing is...
And getting frozen.
Right? I don't want to get into bad yet, because we're stepping into that territory. But yeah, you sympathize with Zod, and he's not wrong either. He's right. That's his whole point, is that the council that's controlling Krypton is wrong, and they're doing the wrong thing, and he's trying to overthrow them.
He's just, his means of going about it are
aggressive.
Are too aggressive. Yeah. But that still leads us to a positive that we both want to talk about. Michael Shannon put his foot in it in this movie.
The casting is amazing for this film.
Michael Shannon in particular, just his performance as Zod, who's a character who's already had done. To bring such a whole new, fresh, very, I don't know, dude. I mean, he's just, you love this dude.
You care about the anti-hero.
And we were just talking about it right now after having talked about it a bit. And I'm like, yo, you get a little, if you look at it through the lens of this being like a tragedy, like a Greek tragedy, right? Zod is like a tragic hero,
Mm-hmm.
You understand exactly why he feels how he does. You get why he's angry and then steps over the line. Not right or wrong, not judging. You just, you can relate to that. And Superman is just like a force of nature.
Yeah.
Emotionless, cold, a vessel of nature. Just like coming through like a storm and just tearing shit up. Mm-hmm. And that's how their fight is too. It's like it's exactly like that. It's like Zod is like, it's like raining and you're just like, you're fighting with an umbrella or something. And you're just like,
that's exactly what it is.
That's what it feels like. Yeah. But it's still positive because I just want to say the homie,
that's a good analogy.
Michael Shannon killed it. He was in the Flash as he came back. I don't know if that was CG though. I don't remember. I don't care anymore.
Even Amy Adams killed it, I think, as Lois Lane.
Big time.
I feel like she was exactly like, for me, like the Lois Lane that I go to is the animated Superman.
Yeah.
So I felt like she encapsulated like a strong-willed woman that's like she's trying to like do her job and do it right.
I would just quick throw in Terry Hatcher for myself too. I used to watch Lois and Clark on TNT. Terry Hatcher as Lois.
I feel like maybe that was more of an inspiration for Amy Adams to go like that route, definitely.
Because it's actually a reference, a real
Actual real
and pretty
reference.
famous, yeah.
Russell Crowe, you
Killed
already
it.
mentioned it, but
Killed
he
it.
really,
No, say it again.
he
Killed
died,
it.
and they kept him in the movie.
Yeah, very clever too, because they did it in Superman, the OG one with Marlon Brando. Similar thing. He leaves like a holographic
Yeah,
messaging behind, but this is like an integrated AI that's like
that knows what's happening.
Yeah,
he's
right.
like aware of the
Peeping
situation
game
right now.
live. Yeah,
The only thing where I've seen like that is literally Naruto, where literally Naruto had a conversation with both his parents, and they were aware of the situation, and it's because they left their like energy.
Yeah,
in body.
they astrally sort of.
Yeah, their consciousness is somehow related to their like soul.
Speaking of the Fortress, another positive note I got here. That is the coolest shit ever. Like the best thing about Superman, probably, other than his cold breath, is that he has just a lair or like a crib in wherever the hell it is in the Arctic, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously the cold doesn't affect him.
Full of workers.
He just pulls up whenever. He can just be there and like talk to his dad who's like almost his age.
And conscious of like talking, like it at least seems that way. That it's like, I remember the conversations that we had previously.
But if we could, I mean, we would be posted up in the fortress if we had Kryptonian powers. And I was just like, yo,
especially
come
the
to the
way
fortress.
that they set up this Superman specifically, where he was like a wanderer trying to find who he was.
Yep.
And he didn't feel like he belonged in the planet that he was at.
Right.
He definitely would have always been at the fortress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
secluded, isolated, alienated. Literally, he feels alienated. At least, especially in this movie. Yeah, he would just be posted up in the fortress always.
Yeah, and what I was talking about before with Lois Lane, like, I think she did a great role, but I also feel, and this is transitioning into bad points, and I told you this before, I felt like this movie would have been so much better if it was through Lois Lane's lens.
Yes, please expound on that.
Like,
you killed it with that.
If you're watching the film, they're not giving really any background on who Clark Kent was, besides through like flashbacks.
Right.
And I hate gaining additional, like, well, not even, I don't hate gaining additional information through flashbacks, but when that's the only way to do it, your way that you're doing it, I don't like that mechanism.
We were saying they try to cut corners by kind of condensing, okay, we're introducing Zod and we're telling you where Superman comes from, but that's like not enough.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely wasn't enough. But most of the film is about, like, is following Lois Lane trying to figure out who the alien ship was and who this man is who she encounters. And that makes sense because they're setting up Clark Kent to be like this mystery. He barely has any lines. He's trying to find out who he is.
He's like an alien. He's like
he's literally an alien. They set it up that way.
I should have mentioned this earlier, but it's fine. I guess it's better to say it now. There's a David Bowie movie called The Man Who Fell to Earth. Okay. And it's very much like that. He just kind of shows up, and of course he's like, what? You know, like, he reacts the way an alien would in this world. Right. Now, the problem, and we've mentioned it about this movie already, is that for whatever reason, Superman is 33 years old in this movie.
Yeah.
I put that shit in caps on my notes, big question marks.
It's weird to have somebody finally figure out who they are at 33, have the big bad at 33.
Yeah.
Like,
he knew he had powers, he didn't know why. He also allowed his father, Kevin Costner, to die when he could have saved him.
He 100%.
His dad hit him with the, but who cares, bro? Who cares? Be mad at me later. I saved your life.
We all know eyewitnesses are not reliable.
Come on, bro. Yeah, this is Kansas. First of all, an alien crash landed in Kansas, so there's already secrets that they keep in.
Oh, and you know what you just reminded me of? I find this funny. It's definitely probably not a good point, but I love that they like Dexter Morgan, the flashback, where they were just like, we're not going to make him look any younger.
Right.
We're just going to throw him, and you're going to realize that he's younger because his dad's alive.
Well, they're getting away with that. Henry Cavill is like a kind of youngish looking dude to begin with.
But he got
super jacked. By the way,
he got so yoked.
We'll get into that. We'll nitpick a little bit. How does Superman get yoked? How can you possibly get stronger?
Attractive, bro.
I'm saying, like, your body resists that kind of shit, right? You must need to do the crazy amounts of
just like tractor pushes you.
You push the earth. You just push the earth down a little bit.
Just you pull it back up. He was just
fishing. You run the axis. Yeah.
He was just fishing.
just real quick, look at this that I highlighted. You don't have to read it all out, but look what's highlighted up there. I don't know what it means. I don't know why I wrote it. Maybe because he looked like that, or
maybe when he was born.
Well, I can't say what I wrote, but I can say, and this might help. It happens to Goku when he lands. He becomes that because Goku lands on his head.
Yeah.
And forevermore is now that. Anyway,
Stunted.
That stunted. Banished via penis pods. They sent the homies away on a penis pod.
I forgot that for whatever reason they were shaped like penises.
Straight
those
up.
Pods.
That's I think where I put the H.R. Geiger thing because there's a lot of that.
That had to. You don't just like stumble on to things that look phallic.
Right.
That's something that
it's almost
in design.
Never a mistake. Yeah.
In design, that was the drawing. You said okay.
Little Mermaid.
You said okay to it, and we were like, all right, cool.
Yeah, you watched that 30 seconds, 15 seconds. You were like, no, that's totally
not even.
fine.
You saw it drawn, and we're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, animate that.
It's funny. This is an advanced society, and they're still doing Jeff Bezos' rockets.
Is that even aerodynamic? I doubt it.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. They go this way.
It went from thin to thick, so it definitely can't be aerodynamic.
That shit had veins on it too.
It
just reminded me.
Had texture.
Superman, for whatever reason, and I had to put this in the notes and mention it, gets up from the ground. He's laying down, right? From the ground. He gets up like this, and he's looking at Zod. You know, looking at him like this. Why he do that?
He got up.
Why he do that?
He got up horizontally.
He got up like this and chilled like that for a little bit to deliver a line.
Hero shot. The hero shot.
This is where your shit about flying like this makes the most sense because you get up, you do this, and then you hover. That's scary.
I like the idea of run flying.
Just cause
it's cool.
Hit the running man in the air.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Right?
Hey, we gotta talk about this suit. This shit is driving me fucking bananas, bro. Nothing made me more angry about this movie, and there were so many things, than the fucking suit. The suit. Let me just give you the context.
I think
here.
it's like a consistency issue for me.
Okay, I want to hear about that. Let me lay it out for people. Clark walks into the Fortress of Solitude, right? In regular, ordinary clothes, thermal jeans. Hasn't shaved a couple days. Same with the hair, kind of Tom Welling hair, right? He pulls up. He learns that he's an alien. He leaves that facility, that fortress, with the suit, which has a red cape on it. He's completely shaven, clean shaven. Hair is styled, groomed, gelled. Okay?
Yep.
Why? I had to look this up, obviously. They were like, well, we did a good job of introducing the Kryptonian suits and how they dress.
I think so.
So by the time you see his suit, it makes sense why he would wear that suit.
Doubt it. Not good enough for me. Because their suits are extremely bulky.
Bulky. When they have the full armor on,
they're bulky. They introduced bulky suits. What are they talking about?
Yeah, no, but you made the good point of that. When Zod is fighting him at the end, he's just... And also, Russell Crowe in the beginning, Jor-El is also in the same suit, just a skin suit joint. That is the most logical thing to wear in the situation.
Yeah, it should have...
No cape.
Yes, this is what I was saying before. I understand the skin tight outfit because that's like the undergarment for the armor.
It's like you went Under Armour, literally the brand Under Armour.
You got that.
That makes sense.
That's cool. What I think should have been was it should have been the same color as Zod's, the same color as his father's, that same the same suit, actually the same exact suit.
Shit.
And it should have been later, after the whole battle, after the whole climax and stuff, where there was a scene with his mother, and she hinted at adding red or blue to the suit.
Yeah,
to make him
seem more human. Yes, exactly. Yeah,
where it should have been him personally adding these things,
right?
The earthly, his earthliness to the Kryptonian.
Right.
That would have been cool.
And I would let all of that rock otherwise, because you're totally right about that, but I cannot stop harping on the aesthetic decision that Clark Kent made to shave and cut his hair and style his hair. You learn you're an alien and that's what you do?
It should have been.
That's what you do?
He should have kept the beard. It would have been so much
First of all,
ruggedness.
Fuck you, Ghost Dad. I'm wearing whatever the hell I want. Nice suit. Nice suit. Hey, how about you take that cape off?
That was one of the things where, since they wanted to do a semi-origin, they rushed his acceptance and his,
of the role. Yes,
of the role.
There was no struggle of like, well, how about I'm 33?
33 is
fuck
so
you
old.
and fuck you.
Yeah, they should have like to him for being that accepting. He should have been so much younger.
It's crazy.
33.
Can
You
you
being
guys-
like got it.
Can you think for a second?
He's been his whole life. He's been after this.
His whole life has been,
and he was like, yes.
and his whole life has been
Like
a
that?
particular way. He's looked this way. He's dressed this way.
Mm.
Can you get in your brain and think about having that decision, finding that out, and then shaving your face and changing your hairstyle, becoming a fucking dweeb in a matter of minutes?
Yeah, they also really didn't establish, which really made the scene of him, spoiler alert, too bad. Superman killing Zod.
Yeah.
Like, and then like the aftermath of him like screaming and like being like besides himself that he was like able to do that act.
Yeah, they didn't establish, there
was no build up for that.
They didn't establish his moral code necessarily. He's just kind of an asshole. He wasn't likable. He wasn't the Boy Scout like we mentioned.
They gave him no lines.
If they would have established or showed some scenes of him literally helping out around town or just being a good guy.
They gave him no lines.
He's not a good guy. When he's being interviewed by the military, by something Lexington, whatever the guy's name is, who's Martian Manhunter later on.
Harry.
When he's being interviewed by him, the answers, the way he's speaking to the guy is like, who the fuck are you, dude?
Yeah,
who are you, bro?
Yeah, it is funny
He's
that
like
he
a
went
jerk.
from being like real timid and then to being like cocky, like
feeling himself OD.
He's just like, you guys can't control me. You never will.
Yeah, speaking to the military in a flying position, like he just learned to fly, mind you, in like those couple days.
33.
This movie's so insane, man.
It's just
what
that
the hell
him becoming Superman at 33,
and in that particular fashion, the way it happened, and then he's fighting Zod, and you're just like, well, I like this guy.
Yeah, that's another thing. They like because of the beginning, which I think is a huge positive. It becomes a bad thing because they make you invest in the wrong characters.
Right.
They put a lot of building and caring in a small amount of time, and that says a lot about Russell Crowe and Michael Shannon and 𝘵𝘮𝘰𝘶𝘨𝘩, her from Daredevil.
Wow, I didn't realize that was her name. that's
𝘵𝘮𝘰𝘶𝘨𝘩. I think it's 𝘵𝘮𝘮.
I don't even know what language.
𝘵𝘮𝘮.
What is she?
Israeli.
Speaking of what people are.
I'm born in '69. Hey, nice.
Speaking of nationality, this is the first British Superman, right? We got.
I think so.
British Superman. He did a good job, though. Listen, this is not on Cavill.
This is not on Cavill.
We said, that's
this is on none of the cast.
That's a transition there. We usually like to think about recasting a movie, right? But this movie is one of the only saving graces is how well it's cast.
Yeah.
It's cast very well. Everybody's
phenomenal.
In their bag. Amy Adams in her bag. She was supposed to be Lois Lane in Superman Returns, evidently, and it didn't happen that way. She killed it, even though I had objections to just the physical likeness of Lois from the comics, but she still stepped in and did her thing. Cavill was great. Shannon was unbelievable.
Shannon was great. He felt like the main character.
Yes. Diane Keaton, Kevin Costner.
That was another bad about it. It felt like they were following every character but Superman.
Right. Chris Maloney from Law and Order, which was like, what the hell? We were saying like,
yeah, he's never in a movie.
You never see him in a movie. He's in this dog shit.
Yeah, that's why he's never in a movie. He's like,
But we watched this in the spirit of the new Superman movie coming out because, speaking for myself, but I know for you too, I'm a big James Gunn fan. He's proven himself. Mm-hmm. He's making the right moves. So I have high hopes for the Superman movie.
No, I think it's going to be a good movie because I think it puts Superman in the correct environment, in the correct
lens.
light. Yeah, in the correct lens.
The right mood,
it's a hopeful, like, an actual origin, it seems.
Totally.
Where, like, they're making you care about the character.
Right. So, we'll probably watch that. We'll probably let you know how we feel about that too. But now the numbers, the hard math. Talk to me.
I mean,
the hard math.
The movie did well because the budget was $225 and it made $668 million. Yeah. So it did well. For me, though, this movie is getting for that letterboxd, it's getting that 2 out of 5.
Eat it.
It's gonna
Eat
be
it.
2 out of 5 because
Eat it, Zack Snyder.
I think there's so many good things about it. It just didn't fit together well. I feel like
You're absolutely right, yeah.
this movie was ruined on the editing floor, and because it's literally a collage of a Superman movie.
Yeah, like the studio fighting with Zack Snyder fighting. Yeah, I'll say by the way, just quick, Zack Snyder. Honestly, 300 is solid, man. Very solid movie. Watchmen is also solid too. He had a vision for this. If you liked it or not, it doesn't make a difference really. It's not for me. I'll tell you, be honest with you. I didn't like any of the DCEU shit. I don't even like saying DCEU. I think they figured that out now. I think it's just DCU. I'm going 33 out of 100 because he was 33, and I'm not over that. And you know what? I'm gonna watch this new Superman movie and forget all of the stuff about the shaved hair and all that stuff, and because I'm sure the setting will make more sense. It will make more sense in that context, right?
It's gonna make more sense for sure.
All right, shouts out to James Gunn. Let's plug some stuff. We got stuff to plug.
So, as we all know, the Texas floods has just occurred recently. By the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be way past the time, but we're still going to plug it anyway. Support for the Texas floods victims. The link is going to be in the description of the video. Please donate as much as you can to that fund. We appreciate it.
Just cause if you were Superman, you would do it just cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just cause. I want to plug Galaxy Comics. They've held me down for most of my life. Bay Ridge Avenue, right there on 5th Avenue, in Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. Legendary comic book spot. They also have one on 9th Street, and they're always comic book shops are always on the verge of being shut down because it's a dying medium, or so one would think. But comics are still fire. Please support them. Without them, I wouldn't even know what the hell Superman was or whatever. And check out Dust, check out Nut Ruiner. That's it. Be good. Behave.
Peace.